guys, what's up? Stefanie here with another Facebook Live, and today we are going to talk about how to speak English like a native speaker, okay? I hear this so often. A lot of people say, I just want to speak like a native speaker, and usually I say, why? Native speakers speak differently all over the world. Just speak clearly and you'll be good. But at the end of the day, I totally get it. Sometimes people want to sound more, I was going to say authentic, but I just mean like they're from, this is coming out all the wrong way. They just want to sound good. They just want to sound like I sound or something like that. So today I'm going to give you guys some tips on how to speak like a native speaker. One, you have to pick a dialect. You have to know which dialect you're going after. I mean, do you want to speak like me? I'm from California. Do you want to speak like someone from London? What kind of native speaker do you want to speak like? And then after that, basically, you just have to listen to the way we talk, all right? Because in English and all languages, I mean, there's like a rhythm of the language. For me, especially when I talk, it's very noticeable. Like my voice goes up and down, and I emphasize certain words or certain parts of words, and that's just my accent, my dialect, my way of speaking. So the thing is that when you read English, okay, you can read it exactly, you know, as something is spelled, or you could, this is coming out kind of bad, but basically you can read it one way, but the way we read English, it's not the way we speak English, okay? We slice words, we cut them, we take off certain parts, and we add other parts. So that's what we're going to be going over a little bit about how to do that and how to listen to what somebody's actually saying, because the way I speak English is not the way that you might read it. So let me know where you guys are checking in from. I know there's some people watching, but again, I have trouble. My phone does not show the comments. I don't know why. So I have to always check on the computer. Anyhow, yeah, if you guys, you know, are here, let me know where you're checking in from so I can say hey, and we'll get started. I have just a few examples that I want to go over just to give you guys the gist of how this is done. All right, so here's a phrase. I have an idea, okay? I have an idea. But when I have an idea, if I were to go around saying it like that all the time, my goodness, that would be difficult because it takes so much effort to say, I have an idea. Taylor, what's up? Hey, Mauro. Hey, Steph, you're here listening because I can't see the video. It's all black. Is it black for anybody else? Hopefully not. I don't know what's going on, but maybe there's a weak connection. Anyhow, all right, guys. So I don't say that. I say, I have an idea. I have an idea. So what did I do there? Do you guys know what I just did? Hey, Jose, what's up? How's it going? So what's the difference, you guys, between I have an idea and I have an idea? I shortened it. I said it a lot faster. Okay? But here's what I did. First, I made a contraction out of I have, and I said I've. Okay? I've. And then instead of saying an, I don't say an. I say n. Ivan idea. Ivan is actually a name. It can be somebody's name, but in this case, obviously, I'm not using it as a name. But that's what I'm doing. I'm shortening. I'm making contractions, and with the word an or in or those two-letter words that's something n or on. A lot of times we don't say in, on, and. We just say n. Okay, we just make the n sound. So I've an idea. I have an idea. Okay, so that's what you need to be paying attention to in order to speak like a native speaker. You have to look at where we emphasize words, okay, and what words we pronounce differently than the way that they're actually written. Is this making sense? Is this making sense, you guys? I have some more examples that I'm going to go over too. And also this example that I just gave, I have an idea, okay? Did you guys know about that already? Did you guys know that a lot of times we don't say an or on or in? We don't actually pronounce words fully. This happens also in like every language, just so you guys know. Okay, let me see. I have an idea. I have an idea. Okay, and here's another way of doing it, okay? Instead of making a contraction, I could say, I have an idea, like that. Now what am I doing there? Because that's different. One is I have an idea, and the other is I have an idea. Let me refresh this 1 second. While you guys are thinking about it. And then I'm going to give you the answer. Okay, so what I did there, I have an idea. Basically, I said have without the H sound. You know why? Because the H sound can sometimes be very difficult to pronounce, and we get lazy. You have to go, okay, and when you do that, and you're putting out all that air, it can leave you without breath, okay? I'm exaggerating a little bit, but basically, that's what I did. I said, I have an idea. I have without the H sound, okay? You can do that when you say like, I have a dog, I have a cat, I have an idea, I have a house. You're saying I have, okay? So that's your next example. The next one we're gonna go over is time to go. Hey, Maria Florencia, how's it going? Nice to have you here. All right, so time to go. You know, let's say you're running late and you say, oh my gosh, it's time to go, okay? I'm not saying it's time to go, right? What am I saying? How am I changing the sound with my mouth? How am I changing it? Hey, Gabby, what's up? Welcome. Good to have you guys here, okay? So I'm going to say it one more time, a little bit slower, and see if you guys can get the difference, okay? Thanks, Gabby. All right, time to go. Do you guys hear it? Do you hear the difference? One is time to go. Nobody says that. And the other one is time to go. Time to go. Do you hear the difference? I hope so. The difference is I'm saying time duh, like duh. Yeah, and it could also be like a T sound too, time to go. But I notice it's a D, it's more like a D sound because if I stop the word and if I say timed, that's the same D as dog. Timed dog, yeah. So time to go. So yeah, you really have to pay attention to the sounds that you're hearing. If you guys have ever studied the phonetic alphabet, that will really help you. If you haven't studied it, definitely study it. Go on YouTube and put phonetic alphabet and just start learning it. It's amazing because then you'll start recognizing sounds because, you know, English is not a phonetic language. The way it's spelled, it's completely different than, you know, the way we actually speak. And I actually have a lot of problems with spelling. I've never been diagnosed. I've diagnosed myself. I'm like partially in some way dyslexic. I haven't figured it out exactly how, but the way my mind works, the way I process information, it's different than a lot of people, and my spelling has always been awful. I cannot spell for the life of me. I add letters where they're not supposed to be. I take them out, and I am so glad spell check exists because if not, I would probably look like I don't even have an education if you would read the way that I spell. So it's a true story, and that's also why I edit everything that I do, just because, you know, I want to come across the right way. So the next one we're going to do is, what do you mean? Okay, if you say that just like that, what do you mean? Like, look how much I have to stop in between the words just to get all those sounds in. It's so much, like, it's too much effort. You know, no one has time to talk like that. So instead we say, what do you mean? You know, and I'm sure you guys want to be able to say, what do you mean? The way I say it. So what am I exactly saying? I'm not saying, what do you mean? I'm saying, what do you mean? Actually, I'm not even saying, what do you? I'm saying, it's hard to say it slow. Hang on. Hey, Alex. What's up? Alex is my friend, guys. So anyhow, what Now I'm all nervous. Alex is watching me. Alex, go away. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay. What do you mean? Instead of saying it all like that, we say, what do you mean? And it's wada, wada. So again, you have wa, and then you have da. Wada, what do you mean? What do you mean? But then you combine it all quickly. And so what I would do, if I were you guys, is later, if you want, you can rewatch this. You can practice saying these different, phrases. Practice them the way I show you. And also just as you listen to people speak English, practice what I mean, kind of. What do you? Yeah. Practice it. And I know it's possible. It is absolutely possible to learn to speak like this. And I'm going to give you guys a couple examples of how I know it's possible, even if you're not a native English speaker. One, actors, they have to learn to speak in different dialects. So let's say, someone was born in London, they have to learn how to speak with a Californian dialect, and they have to be convincing, otherwise, they're not going to be able to perform well in the acting industry. So actors have to learn different dialects. So if they can do it and they're regular people with a little bit of practice, you guys can too. And then to bring it to a more like, I guess you could say, realistic thing, because you might say, hey, I'm not an actor, I can't do that. I actually have a friend who's from Brazil, and she learned English as an adult. And when I speak to her in English, I feel like I'm speaking to somebody that was born in California. It kind of freaks me out how on point her accent is, basically. Like, she just sounds exactly like I sound. It's crazy. It is crazy. And, she learned English as an adult. She's from Brazil, and, and I asked her, how did you do that? And she's like, well, I just watched a lot of TV, and I really practiced. And so practice in front of the mirror. Don't be afraid to try that. And you're going to have to make sounds you've never made before. You're going to have to use parts of your mouth you've never used, in just different ways, because the way English is, it's muscle memory. Your tongue has to get used to saying things a certain way. And then the same thing happened for me when I learned Spanish. Okay, when I learned Spanish, I realized that my tongue is always in the front of my mouth. At least that's how it feels. And with the dialect, with the Argentine dialect that I learned, so I just feel like my tongue is always like flopping around in the front of my mouth. And in English, I use the back of my throat a lot more when I speak. That's how it feels. So when you speak English, what I'm trying to say is it should physically feel different than your native language. Okay, so that's pretty much the end of my story, or my little lecture. Mauro said, can you make a video about accents and dialects? I can, yeah. In the future, I'll put it on my list of videos to do. If you guys have video requests, definitely, let me know, put it in the comments. Because that way I don't have to think of them all on my own. And then Raphael says, New York accent. Yeah, when I was in New York, actually, I heard some guy with like a real accent. At first I didn't hear anyone with an accent, but I was in Manhattan, and maybe they don't have too many accents there. And then all of a sudden I met this guy on like a fishing dock, and he totally had like a New Yorker accent. I don't know how to do it. That was my, I like to try to do accents, but I'm not good at all. So anyhow, do you guys have any questions for me? If you do, definitely let me know. Also, if you're part of the English Island group, you guys, I posted a challenge. I'm really excited about it. So make sure you do the challenge. It's easy. You just have to make a random question for the group. And this is just to get people, chatting, talking, and, practicing the kinds of things that you guys can post in the group to create engagement and, practice your English. So let me check something. Okay. Yeah, and then the other thing too, guys, is if you like these videos, if you like what you're learning, if you like the group, please share, let people know. That way I can help them learn English as well, and it's going to be really fun. So that's it. If there's no questions, I'm going to, oh, Hamada just joined right as I'm about to sign off. Hey, Hamada, what's up? All right, guys, so that's it. And again, if you have any video requests, let me know. And yeah, we'll keep hanging out, all right? See you guys later. Have a good one. Bye.